Hello everyone! I want to focus on the sidearm of the Peacebond and compare it to the exotic from last season, the famous quote-unquote, the Cryosthesia 77K. A reason why I want to talk about these two weapons is 1, they are both stasis, 2, they can actually freeze enemies, and 3, this legendary stasis sidearm has the ability to make mini crystals or stasis crystals. So there are many perks for the Peacebond, but mainly I want to really get into the perk called the Headstone. Now the Headstone is a precision final blows that you can make stasis crystals at the victim's location. So when you do precision final blows on any enemies, you make a mini stasis crystal and you can destroy it, and of course it'll make a splash damage to do some DPS on the surround enemies, etc, etc. Now the difference between the exotic stasis sidearm and for the legendary is the legendary is adapted frame. So basically it's last hope. If you guys remember that Last Hope fires a 3-round burst. Well, Peacebond does the same thing. Now, Cryosthesia, alright, you will have to keep pressing the R2 over and over. It is not a 3-round burst, by the way. It is a sidearm where you have to keep spamming the R2 for DPS5 to shoot. Basically almost like when using a scout rifle. Whereas Cryosthesia, there's the liquid cooling, you can enable a charged shot and freeze enemies. But like I said, when doing this method, right, your whole magazine will be empty and then you have to reload. Now before somebody says anything, another thing about Cryosthesia is if you do have the catalyst. If you do have the catalyst for the Cryosthesia, if you are shattering a frozen target, it will refill the magazine from reserves. So that means if you do use the liquid cooling charge shot on enemies, you will have to reload 3 seconds of your life. And then when you do shoot it, then you refill your magazine, or you will be forced to use a stasis subclass. And you can use Warlock, Titan, or Hunter. Let's just put Warlock for a little example where you can just use your melee, freeze enemies, and then just keep shooting and then your magazine will refill over and over. For the Cryosthesia, you are forced to use a stasis subclass to make this efficient. Now, for the legendary stasis sidearm, you don't really have to use the stasis subclass to make it efficient unless you really want to buff the grenade charge, which I'll be talking about is the stasis build called the Whisper of Shards. Now let's talk about this one. So the Whisper of Shards is a stasis fragment where shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increases the duration of the benefit. So that means that any crystal you make, you can get a boost of your grenade recharge rate. The most unique about this Headstone perk for the legendary stasis Peacebond is you can make crystals by doing final blows on each enemies, as you can see right here in this gameplay. And you can have your improvability regeneration, aka the grenade that you have. You can recharge it really fast, and this is just basic. I'm not using bomber, I'm not using elemental mods. This is just a basic example of how fast your grenade can recharge, and you can just spam your turret instead of using the stasis wall grenade. And this is what makes the Peacebond very unique. Now the question is this: can Cryosthesia make stasis crystals? No, it can't. The exotic Cryosthesia cannot make any crystals, and using the Whisper to charge will be completely useless. The legendary the Peacebond Stasis, it just clears ads much more faster compared to Cryosthesia. Now here's a comparison of both gameplay, the same area where I am in disgrace and I am using just the Stasis starter. I'm using the Peacebond with the Headstone and with 100% discipline. And I am using the same thing, 100 disciplined with my Warlock with the Cryosthesia and using the exotic. Just to show you which sidearm can do ad clear. And you can see that the Peacebond just seems more fun to use than the Cryosthesia. Not only it's really fun to use the Peacebond Stasis sidearm, you can also have an exotic. You can use Telesto or Jotun. And now we see the comparison of the legendary Stasis sidearm Peacebond with the perk Headstone and with the Cryosthesia exotic with the catalyst, of course. And all I can say is Peacebond just seems a better Stasis sidearm over this exotic. So highly recommend to use the Peacebond and just have fun with it. I'll be putting the Cryosthesia in the vault. I don't think I'll be using this weapon at all of the Cryosthesia because I just don't see this weapon to be fun. And like I said, I used this weapon for Master, for Harbinger last season, and I just don't want to use this ever again because Peacebond just seems a more fun weapon, and then you can just mix up builds with an exotic of your choosing for the energy or for the heavy weapon. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.